Hey, glad you made it back. Yep, I'm wearing long johns. Look, I'm a heat miser, right? So anytime it's under 75 degrees, I'm uncomfortable. I need to be hot, so I gotta get my warmth on. But anyway, let's get on the point. So today, I'm making some teriyaki, right? I'm doing teriyaki steak, or teriyaki beef, and teriyaki chicken, okay? It's the same marinade, but it's that flexible that it can work on both chicken and pork and beef. But right now, I'm just doing the chicken and the steak. Check this out. And I have some buttery, right? Turn around so you can see some buttery parsley rice. Got some limes here. I'm gonna try it out. Let me get a little piece of the beef. Teriyaki, taste the sugar, right? Soy sauce. The ginger is phenomenal. I know you're gonna enjoy this because it's tender, because it's cut thin, right? Check this out. Hey, this is Shrashira. That's the best elevator music I ever heard. All right, so for this teriyaki meat, and I say meat because we're gonna be doing both chicken and beef, right? So we have here just over a pound of beef, thinly sliced, and we have just over a pound of chicken, thinly sliced. Now here we have a cup and a half of soy sauce, okay? A quarter of a cup of oil, a half a cup of light brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of garlic. We have about 2 tablespoons of ground ginger and about 2 teaspoons of pepper. So I'm not putting salt in this because of all the salt that's in the soy sauce, okay? I'm gonna be mixing it in this 4-cup container, right? It's just gonna be easier for me. So let's get this going. All right, so let's add first our sugar, our brown sugar. Get that in there. Add our oil. Okay. Add our pepper. Add in there. Add our ginger, our ground ginger. And lastly, our garlic. Let's get that in there. Now let's get this mixed up. And you want to mix this until the brown sugar has dissolved. Okay, so now we're all mixed up. We're gonna add half of this to our chicken mixture, well, our thinly sliced chicken, right? And then we're gonna add half of it to our beef. Now the thinly sliced beef I'm using right now is a top sirloin, right? That's been thinly sliced. Right, so I'm gonna put a cup and a half, because, well, a cup and a quarter in each one of these, because we turn out to have 2.5 cups of liquid. So we're gonna do that. I kind of want to put more on the beef, just a little bit more on the beef than the chicken, but you know, you want to make sure you got everything covered. So I'm gonna close this up, let most of the air out. Same with the chicken. Let air out. And now we're gonna mix them up. Make sure the marinade gets on every piece. And we're gonna put these in the refrigerator. And now, also keep in mind, when you have meats marinating, and you're gonna put them in the fridge, you know, put your Ziplocs, if you use the Ziplocs, put them in a bowl, so that in case it leaks, you're not gonna have a bad day with the fridge. So check this out. So I'm gonna be marinating this. You wanna marinate it for a minimum of 20 minutes, right? 20 to 30 minutes minimum. Now, if you wanna do it overnight, you absolutely can, okay? This marinade is fast acting, right? So you only need 20 to 30 minutes and you'll be good to go. But for the best flavor, you'll go overnight, 8 hours overnight. Okay? And what I'm also doing, I have some skewers soaking in water right now. So they're gonna soak while the meat is marinating, because we're gonna be broiling this. Or if you want, you could grill it, right? It's up to you. But the key is to soak your bamboo skewers or your skewers, if they're wooden, so they don't burn as easy under the heat. Okay? And I didn't show you here, but I also have some rice percolating in the back, so I'm going to be having rice with this as well. Some parsley rice, okay, buttery, it's parsley in it, it's good to go. But that being said, let's keep it moving. We're going to let this marinate. I'm going to let it marinate for an hour myself, okay? Then after the hour, then we're going to put the skewers together, and then we're going to broil them. And I'll tell you how that's going to go at the time. All right, so the marination time is over. So you see I have a pan here with a little cooling rack in it, because I want the marinade to drip down. I don't want excessive marinade, okay? I have my skewers here, and we're going to start off with the chicken, okay? Get the chicken stirred up and ready to go. And then after we get all the skewers done, we're going to preheat the oven, but not until the skewers are done, all right? Very important. So skewer them through. Be careful not to poke your fingers. Because if you're not careful, you will stab yourself. You have a bad day. It's not fun. Let's get all these in here. Right, so this is good to go. Place it down just like that. It don't matter if that falls, because the point of the cooling rack is to let the excess marinade drip off. That's what we want, okay? We don't want our skewers to be sitting in a pool of marinade. It's not what we want. And while these are sitting here, they will be getting room temperature, which is what we want. That's why I'm not going to start preheating the broiler until these guys are done. This guy's not ready. It's too big. Do a smaller piece here. All right, get this guy on. And there it goes. And you want to make sure that your slices are cut thin so it cooks faster. Okay, you don't want big chunks. Like, see that? See how thin that is? That's what we want. Especially on chicken. This is a skewer. This is not a kebab. Okay? So keep that in mind. And see, I'm kind of spreading them out. You see that? I'm not trying to bunch them up. I want them spread out. Yeah, that's all for the chicken. Now we're going to start working on the beef. So let me get readjusted. The beef now. Same process as with the chicken. And it doesn't matter if they touch. It's going to be fine. Don't freak out. The only thing you need to worry about is skewering the meat and not stabbing yourself. Okay? That's all you need to worry about at this point. Okay? And you should definitely try this recipe. I know you're going to enjoy the flavors. I've made this several times for a lot of people, and I've had no complaints yet. Seriously, not one. I've had people wanting to battle me over the recipe, which makes me think that it might not be wise for me to put this recipe online, but but whatever. My girls need to know this recipe because they enjoy it too. So, and those who waited patiently all the years, all the decades to know this recipe, well, you're gonna get it now. So you can thank my girls for that, because I want to make sure that they know how to do this. Now with the beef, you can bunch it up a lot more than you did with the chicken, okay? You can do that. Because the way the chicken cooks, you want to make sure the chicken is cooked all the way through, so you want to spread it out more. But with the beef, you can have it, medium rare, whatever, medium. So that's not so much of an issue, okay? So let's get this on here. Now I'm going to do the rest of these, and I'll be back. All right, so these guys are all skewered up, ready to go. And so we're going to let them get to room temperature. But while that's happening, we're going to preheat the oven. We're going to put it on broil, right? So it's going to be about 500 degrees. Put on broil, and we're going to let it preheat for about 15 minutes. And then we're going to add our skewers. Okay, so the broil is ready. It's been preheated. We're going to start off with our chicken and see how much room we got left after we put the chicken on. Right? And we're going to broil these for 6 minutes per side. Okay? That's what we want. 6 minutes. And then we're going to turn them over and do it for an additional 6 minutes. And it should be done at that point. Okay? So I'm going to put these in the oven and we're going to wait for 6 minutes. The initial 6 minutes. Now I need to flip these guys over. I'm going to use tongs because I don't want to mess up my gloves. Just get them flipped over. Right? And notice I'm not basting them. Right? Because the marinade does all the work. So let's put these back in, another 6 minutes. Okay, so time's up. Let's check these for temp. We're looking at a minimum of 165. If it's not, we're going to turn them over and go right back in the oven. Let's check. That's good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, more than that. I'm checking them all. I'm going through it. Oh yeah. Yeah, these guys are good. Let me put these on the tray and let's work on the steak. All right, let's load up the steak. Put these on here. Yes, indeed. Now the chicken, we're going to put those in our other oven to warm. The temperature is set at 170 degrees, right? Just enough to keep it warm. Because nobody wants no cold chicken. All right? So now let's put these in the oven, 6 minutes, under the broiler. Give it its first flip. Don't mind this over here. It's the sugars. We're gonna flip the steak. And I know I could have put aluminum foil down, but you know what? That's what soaking's for, so we're good. Spread these guys out here a little bit. Some airflow. Okay, these go back in for another 6 minutes. All right, steaks are done. Let me take these out. There we go. We're good to go. Now what we're actually going to do We're gonna put them on our warming tray, put them with the chicken, right? And we're gonna let them sit in there for 5 minutes, then we're ready to eat. Yep, here we go. We have our parsley rice, buttered rice. We have our teriyaki meats, both chicken and beef. You've seen the recipe. If you like it, try it out, and then comment, tell me what you think. I know you're gonna enjoy it. Hey, hit me up on Instagram, right? So you can get a heads up on what I got coming next. I always put the picture up first before I put it on YouTube. So make sure you check that out. That being said, this is Shrashira. I'm out.